What's up? What's up? What's up? Got my man Edward in the building early. You know what I mean? Keep it G and support the channel. Cash that Baltimore swag. Straight up. Straight up. Straight up. Straight up. Oh, man. These wildfires took a I would say turn for the worst, but it was already worse. Look like it just took on its own little thing right now. They just traveling from city to city. City to city. Wildfires are just touching them. It's crazy, right? But in this video, yeah, we're gonna get the latest update on these wildfires. And y'all, we gotta go into this whole Cameron, Mase, 50 Cent, and this whole thing, right? Because I seen what 50 posted. And it's crazy, right? Because 50 got his own history that he need to worry about. But I'm not understanding. And I talked to my man, Sleep the Raw Dope podcast too, man. I had to call him on this because he more in depth in hip hop and a history of that shit. Like me, I don't give a fuck about that shit for real. But when you get to talking about a motherfucker being a rat and Jim Jones cooperating, it's like, yo, I never seen it. I don't know where they getting this from. Now I know they had him on video recording, talking about 6ix9ine need to be violated. Yo, but how are they taking that and saying, yo, he's an informant? What if Jim Jones wasn't never the target of the investigation? Like, is Jim Jones, what the fuck is the name of that gang? Was it Trey 9 Trey Brems, whatever the fuck Treyway? I don't think Jim Jones was ever 9 Trey blood. And I also don't think anything happened after that. But yeah, we're gonna dig into that, y'all. We're gonna go into the interview that Jim Jones did with Justin LeBoy that started all of this. I mean, y'all share the live, y'all. Share it to y'all social medias. Yeah, we're gonna figure some shit out today, man. What's going on with Jim Jones, Cameron, Mase, and how the fuck did 50 Cent get involved in this? Nah, I'm glad you brought that up because that's what I meant to say. So the whole world is waiting on Cam and Mase to reply. Everybody thinking it's gonna be on the Monday show. So now Cam and Mase ain't said nothing yet. But 50 Cent released these wild allegations. But before we get to that, we gotta go. Yo, and salute to the inmates, man. The inmates come through and save the day. As hard as motherfuckers be on people in jail and all the shit they be saying, I don't think people understand, yo, how important some of these jobs that these people do. Like, yo, niggas do important jobs. I remember when I was up JPRU, right? So we had a detail called MCE. And in Baltimore, you got a business district. I think it's like 300 West Pratt Street. And when you go into some of them businesses, them buildings, them state jobs, yo, it's a lot of people work there that's inmates that you would never know. You never know. I told y'all about when I worked on the detail, we had to move a highway administration building from one building to the next. Main ass job. If they would have paid a company, if that job would have got contracted to a company, yo, that shit would have ran them an easy $100,000. Easy. The state of Maryland, $100,000. Man, they probably got the inmates to do it for 10. saved $90,000. It's just amazing how they found a way to monetize off of the prison system like that. Like they kill them on all angles. On all angles. It's basically like free labor. So what's going on right now in California is the inmates, they didn't call in reinforcements. Reinforcements that came by way of prisoners. And you won't believe how much they paying these guys. Won't believe how much they paying them. $10.24 a day. Let's start there. Inmates called in to fight California wildfires.
I got the latest for inmates called in to fight California wildfires. The first headline from CBS News on MSN.com is, among those fighting the Los Angeles wildfires, prison inmates.
Let's check this out, y'all. Prison inmates among those fighting Los Angeles wildfires, man. Man, put some respect on these men and women names, man. Come through, save the day. Everybody always want to give motherfuckers a hard time. But then they want to call them when they need them. The Army of Firefighters battling the massive Southern California wildfires include workers who could otherwise remain safely behind bars. As of Thursday, 783 prison inmates have been deployed by the California Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation, CDCR, to help contain the blazes. The department confirmed to CBS News the crews of incarcerated firefighters are embedded with the California Department of Forestry and Fire Protection, CAL FIRE, to assist its nearly 4,700 firefighters. The imprisoned firefighters volunteer to participate in the CDCR Conservation Fire Camps program and are paid for their work. Participants support state, local, and federal government agencies when they respond to national disasters. CDCR operates 35 so-called fire camps across 25 different California counties. 2 of the camps are for incarcerated women. Man, salute to the women, man. They are minimum security facilities staffed with correctional personnel who supervise camp participants 24 hours per day. The department says inmates work cutting fire lanes and removing fuel from behind structures to help slow fire spreads. They can also serve and support roles at the camps, including cooking, laundry, and water treatment plant operations. Participation in the camps is voluntary, and those who join in must be deemed physically and mentally fit. Additionally, they must have no more than 8 years remaining on their sentence. Convictions for R and other sex offenses, as well as murder, arson, and some other serious crimes, disqualifies an inmate from participating. Yo, that's crazy. You can have no more than 8 years. That's not even work release, pre-release. That's not even pre-release, work release. But look how much they're getting paid, y'all. And prison firefighters' pay depends on their skill level. They earn between $5.80 and $10.24 per day, according to CDCR, which pays their wages. Wage levels doubled in 2023, up from between $2.90 and $5.12 per day. Inmates in the program also earn supplemental pay while responding to emergencies. CAL FIRE pays an additional $1 an hour, regardless of firefighter skill level. And when crews work a 24-hour shift followed by a 24-hour period of rest, the lowest skilled firefighter will earn $26.90 in a day. Wow. If this ain't slavery, I don't know what is. Additionally, camp participants, modern day slavery, earn time credits toward their sentence. Specifically, most earn 2 additional days off their sentence for every day served on a fire crew. Man, come on now, man. Get them a little bit of something to that. Y'all, these people coming through in a time of need, and that's all you got for them. You need them. Because if they didn't need them, they wouldn't allow them to come out with 8 years still on their sentence. Motherfucker will run with 8 years left. Work release, pre-release is under 2 years. They got 8 years. Motherfucker will run. So that says that they willing to risk a person running just because they need them that much. My God, check that out, Smoke What? Camp participants are eligible for employment for Wildfire once they have served their sentences, a path many choose to take, according to CDCR. The department says some of these individuals have successfully transitioned to roles with Wildfire in the U.S. Forest Service, and well, that's good. They set them up with a job. And interagency hotshot crews. As of Thursday afternoon, the fires have scorched more than 45 square miles across Los Angeles area. At least 5 people are dead, and more than 179,000 Los Angeles were under evacuation orders, according to officials. Yo, sleep to that, man. Inmates called to the rescue in California. They must have changed it. It wasn't 5 and under when I went in that motherfucker. That shit was 2 years and under. And I went in in 07.
And we're live. JLR investigates. JLR investigates. Breaking news. Breaking news. Day 2.
I had 5
fires,
years.
California. Wow, what a night.
Yeah, I didn't come in pre-release.
Folks, what a night. We're gonna do continuous coverage today. Got some sleep last.
I don't know who the fuck that is. Fuck him. But yeah, we're gonna dig into this camera and shit in a few. But I got some new video from what's been going on lately. Oh, and I wanna read before I show y'all this video, right? I found somebody from Los Angeles left a comment on one of them pages. And I want to read to y'all what this person said. I thought it was rather interesting. Rather interesting. Man, what the fuck? Listen to this, yo. Listen to what this lady said. I think most people think that these fires were intentionally set because it's mighty strange. But what the fuck? Why is this doing this? I don't ever do this. Fuck. I don't want to do that. I don't want to select it in any of these apps. Why I can't click it? God, that's why I hate updating your computer, man. It's just stupid. Yo.
And worst night was up.
It's some bullshit. Hit that like button, y'all. Why is it that I can't make the damn thing bigger without making it go into an app? What the fuck? Hold on, y'all. Let me sign in. It's fucking ridiculous. Something ain't right. Hold on, y'all. For some reason, I just got kicked out the whole app. Hold on. Are we good? All right. I don't know what that was about. Motherfucker just kicked me out the whole app. Try to make me do some dumb shit. Yo, why do I keep doing this? All right, here we go. All right, so look at this though, y'all. Look at this. Look what she said. I thought this was interesting. She said, I live in LA County. We know about wildfires. Here in the city, we had one day of crazy winds as we later found out about the wildfires in Palisades. The wind blew so heavily, it is no way the very next day. No wind at all, but the smell of smoke and ashes falling. 5 different fires now, and no connection, expansion, linkage, or extension from one area to the next, just in different areas. Pasadena didn't even experience wind. The fires started there yesterday. The fires and the winds are localized to specific areas, but the air everywhere is bad. No amber or ember is traveling that far or skipping cities to hit certain cities. Stop playing with our minds. None of this makes sense. Yo, it doesn't make sense. Like how it got to be some type of connection between the fires, right? How are these fires just jumping cities? California believes fires was purposely set. The suspect is currently in police custody and is being investigated for a crime. Hold up. When the fuck did he say this? Somebody took this.
The incident occurred, started here, and about 30 minutes later, a suspect was detained over in Woodland Hills area by citizens.
So someone purposely set the Kenneth fire.
At this time, that's what we believe, yes.
Do you know how or why they did that?
That I don't know.
Is this a crime scene right now?
Yes.
So everything's closed off.
It's being investigated as a crime. What we know right now is that...
So that's the Kenneth fire. What about the rest of the fires? So they said they got a suspect in custody for the Kenneth fire. Then you got these two airheads.
And this morning, due to the magnitude of the disaster, I was talking with the governor, and he requested if I could increase the federal funding that was authorized under this legislation from 75% to 90%. We're increasing it to 100% of all the costs to be covered by the federal government for both the fire management systems grants and the elements of what they call the disaster declaration. So today I'm announcing that the federal government will cover 100% of the cost.
It is getting crazy.
For 180
It's gonna be a wild 4 years.
It's going to pay for things like debris and hazard material removal, temporary shelters, first responders' salaries, and all necessary measures to protect life and property. And folks, I want to underscore, I told the governor and local officials, spare no expense to do what they need to do and contain these fires and in their communities that have really been devastated. And this morning, due to the magnitude of the disaster...
Where the fuck they come from? I thought his ass retired early. So came back in the clutch. So of course, you know Donald Trump got some shit to say. The governor of California, Gavin Newsom, has done a terrible job of forest management. I told him from the first day we met that we must clean his forest floors, regardless of what his bosses, the environmentalists, demand of him. Must also do burn and cut fires. Fire stop. See, this is why I don't like Trump. Trump called these type of people out. You don't hear people saying nothing about environmentalists. You never hear their names mentioned. And y'all know I always talk about, it's people over top of government. These are some of the people. It's over top of government that make things happen that you don't hear about, that you don't hear from. Every year, as a fire rages in California burns, it is the same thing. And then he comes to the federal government asking for help. No more. Get your act together, governor. You don't see close to this level of burn in other states. But our teams are working well together in putting these massive and many fires out. Great firefighters also. Open up the ridiculous closed water lanes coming down the north. Don't pour it into the Pacific Ocean. Should be done immediately. California desperately needs water, and you can have it now. So look, I found this, right? Do y'all know who these people is? One billionaire couple owns almost all California. Get to know the Resnicks. Now, I ain't watched this whole thing, but I thought this was interesting. How the fuck do they own the water in California? How does that happen? Can I own the water in Baltimore?
While 40 million Californians suffer through unprecedented drought, one billionaire couple owns a massive share of the state's water system, seized in a series of secretive meetings 2 decades ago. That system was largely paid for by the very taxpayers whose water these billionaires hold hostage. Urban water systems are desperate for water, but in 2023, they'll receive just 5% of what they requested from the state.
I want to know. Can I own the water too? Shit. Can I at least get a percentage? Is there like a stock? Can you buy into it? Fuck, I want to own some water. That's easy money.
The Resnicks are the biggest farmers in California. As of 2007, they owned 4 San Francisco's worth of farmland. And nearly half of Americans buy at least one of their products. Their pistachios, their pomegranate juice, their mandarins, their flowers. It's all under one massive umbrella, the Wonderful Company. A privately owned company worth at least $5 billion. The majority owners, the Resnicks, are worth at least $8 billion. How were they able to take over such a large percentage of what should be a shared public resource? This is The Classroom from More Perfect Union, and today we're looking at how the Resnicks got rich. Linda is a former child actress, the daughter of Jack Harris, a successful movie distributor of the 1950s, most well known for The Blob.
Starring Steve McQueen and a cast of exciting young people.
At 19, her own advertising agency. Stewart was born to a middle-class New Jersey family and started his first business, a janitorial service, in grad school. He eventually acquired American Protection Services, a burglar alarm and security company. Linda approached him about marketing services for the company, and they hit it off, not knowing that one day they'd work together to take California's water. The Lovebirds became business partners. They bought Teleflora, the flower delivery company, and the Franklin Mint, purveyors of inane little tchotchkes. Linda was the marketing person, and Stewart was in charge of business. As Linda told the LA Times in 1993, "I've always said that Stewart and I together make one perfect person, like little salt and pepper shakers." In the late 80s, they found their primary industry, agriculture. They got into the pistachio business. Linda said, "We've done more for the pistachio than anyone ever since it was planted in the Garden of Eden. My husband should be canonized for all the work he's done." They started branching into other products, almonds, pomegranates, citrus, wine, and acquiring more and more land to cover it, including some very important land in Kern County, which granted them water rights in the area. As the Resnicks were building their empire, the state of California was building new water infrastructure with taxpayer money. California's natural water supply is very inconsistent. Vastly differing amounts of rainfall means the state can go from surplus to drought and back very easily. So they build water banks to store water during surpluses to have during droughts. One important storage facility is the Kern Water Bank, started in 1988. The facility was built with hundreds of millions of taxpayer dollars, which could have been a good thing. The people of California would have owned the water. But there were two Californians thirstier than the rest, and they wanted more water. Linda and Stuart Resnick, and they had a lot of political power. We'll get to that. In 1994, state water officials, water infrastructure contractors, and agricultural landowners with water rights arranged a secretive meeting at a resort in Monterey Bay, California. These groups, a mix of private companies and public agencies, rewrote California's water rules without any input from voters, taxpayers, or legislators. The new rules, called the Monterey Plus Agreement or the Monterey Amendments, were devastating for working Californians and great for agriculture billionaires. The original code included urban preference, a long-standing rule that in times of drought, the state water board would give urban areas, where people live, access to water supplies before agricultural interests. Monterey axed that. That means that in times of drought, the water systems for normal Californians would have to buy water from private companies because they weren't getting it from the state. The new agreement also loosened regulations on paper water. That's water that doesn't necessarily exist anywhere but on paper. The full quantities of water that providers could have, but don't actually need to have. Today, 5 times as much water has been promised and sold as actually exists. And importantly, the meeting changed ownership of the Kern Water Bank. What once belonged to the state was transferred to a few private water contractors, one of which was Westside Mutual, a wholly owned subsidiary of Wonderful Foods. The wonderful employee who runs Westside, Bill Phillimore, is the chairman of the public organization that manages the Kern Water Bank. Boom. One secret meeting, and the Resnicks own nearly 60...
Oh, shot and fucked it up. God damn it. I had to start the whole shit. See, y'all, I was ready to say, y'all, see, that's that bullshit, y'all. They be allowing these motherfuckers to own monopolies. They be allowing these motherfuckers to own monopolies and shit, man. Like, how the fuck do you own the water? Yo, we got to start all we over, y'all. Damn. My bad, y'all. This was interesting. We gotta get this information.
40 million...
We need this information. Damn, y'all. My bad, y'all.
Californians suffer through unprecedented drought. One billionaire couple owns a massive share of the state's water system, seized in a series of secretive meetings 2 decades ago. That system was largely paid for by the very taxpayers whose water these billionaires hold hostage. Urban water systems are desperate for water, but in 2023, they'll receive just 5% of what they requested from the state. The Resnicks are the biggest farmers in California. As of 2007, they owned 4 San Francisco's worth of farmland, and nearly half of Americans buy at least one of their products. Their pistachios, their pomegranate juice, their mandarins, their flowers. It's all under one massive umbrella, the Wonderful Company. A privately owned company worth at least $5 billion. The majority owners, the Resnicks, are worth at least $8 billion. How were they able to take over such a large percentage of what should be a shared public resource? This is The Classroom from More Perfect Union, and today we're looking at how the Resnicks got rich. Linda is a child actress, the daughter of Jack Harris, a successful movie distributor of the 1950s, most well known for The Blob.
Starring Steve McQueen and a cast of exciting young people.
At 19, she founded her own
I remember The
advertising
Blob.
agency.
That movie
was born
was
to a
real good
middle-class
back
New Jersey
in the
family
day.
and started his first business, a janitorial service, in grad school.
They made
He
another one
eventually
later
acquired
on.
American Protection Services, a burglar alarm and security company. Linda approached him about marketing services for the company, and they hit it off, not knowing that one day they'd work together to take over California's water. The Lovebirds became business partners. They bought Teleflora, the flower delivery company, and the Franklin Mint, purveyors of inane little tchotchkes. Linda was the marketing person, and Stuart was in charge of business. As Linda told the LA Times in 1993, "I've always said that Stuart and I together make one perfect person, like little salt and pepper shakers." In the late 80s, they found their primary industry, agriculture. They got into pistachio business. Linda said, "We've done more for the pistachio than anyone ever since it was planted in the Garden of Eden. My husband should be canonized for all the work he's done."
All right, so if you just covered it, y'all, it's a family. Well, it's a couple that owns damn near all the water in California.
They started brand.
And this guy is going through how it happened, because I think that is mighty strange. I didn't even know you can do no shit like that.
into other products, almonds, pomegranates, citrus, and acquiring more and more land to cover it, including some very important land in Kern County, which granted them water rights in the area. As the Resnicks were building their empire, the state of California was building new water infrastructure with taxpayer money. California's natural water supply is very inconsistent. Vastly differing amounts of rainfall means the state can go from surplus to drought and back very easily. They build water banks to store water during surpluses to have during droughts. One important storage facility is the Kern Water Bank, started in 1988. The facility was built with hundreds of millions of taxpayer dollars, which could have been a good thing. The people of California would have owned the water. But there were two Californians thirstier than the rest, and they wanted more water. Linda and Stuart Resnick, and they had a lot of political power. We'll get to that. In 1994, state water officials, water infrastructure contractors, and agricultural landowners with water rights arranged a secretive meeting at a resort in Monterey Bay, California. These groups, a mix of private companies and public agencies, rewrote California's water rules without any input from voters, taxpayers, or legislators.
Damn.
The new rules, called the Monterey Plus Agreement or the Monterey Amendments, were devastating for working Californians, and great for agriculture billionaires. The original code included urban preference, a long-standing rule that in times of drought, the state water board would give urban areas, where people live, access to water supplies before agricultural interests. Monterey axed that. That means that in times of drought, the water systems for normal Californians would have to buy water from private companies, because they weren't getting it from the state.
Dang.
The new agreement also loosened regulations on paper water. That's water that doesn't necessarily exist anywhere but on paper. The full quantities of water that providers could have, but don't actually need to have. Today, 5 times as much water has been promised and sold as actually exists. And importantly, the meeting changed ownership of the Kern Water Bank. What once belonged to the state was transferred to a few private water contractors, one of which was Westside Mutual, a wholly owned subsidiary of Wonderful Foods.
Okay.
The wonderful employee
See,
who
that's how
runs
they
Westside.
They got them subsidiaries. That's how they be owning, like, yo, General Mills own damn near all the top brands of cereal, but they own the off brands too. You feel me? Like, yo, they try to stop monopolies, yo, but they always got these loopholes that allow these companies to, you know, do what they need to do to gain ownership of shit. Hold up. Oh, all right, good.
And Bill Phillimore is the chairman of the public organization that manages the Kern Water Bank. Boom. One secret meeting, and the Resnicks owned nearly 60% of an important California source, built with hundreds of millions of dollars in taxpayer money.
Wow.
The new ownership, combined with the rules on paper and surplus water, meant that during times of drought, the Resnicks could sell Kern water back to the state water systems. They took Californian taxpayers' water and sold it back to them, both literally as the water supply and also to grow expensive food like gourmet pistachios and pomegranate juice. They converted the people's water into products many can't afford. And that's just one water bank. The Resnicks also have control of other water boards and have been sued for directing more water towards their properties. So how do they get away with this Chinatown-level chicanery?
Gonna be a lot of irate citizens when they find out that they're paying for water that they're not gonna get.
With philanthropy. The Resnicks donate millions of dollars to politicians and research institutions, which help them secure control over water systems, and even get more water and more taxpayer funding. One important project is the proposed California Delta Tunnel, a taxpayer-funded project which would send water from Northern California to Central, where the Resnicks farms are. They've spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on state and federal legislation and politicians who support the tunnel project. But their favorite politician is Senator Dianne Feinstein.
You come in here and you say it has to be my way or the highway.
Chair of the Energy and Water Subcommittee.
I see her before.
She's a close personal friend of the Resnicks, attending their holiday parties in Aspen and maintaining their financial interests. A quick look through the bills she sponsored shows several which would direct money to Kern-adjacent water projects. The Resnicks even ask her for things directly. When a pesky study about endangering salmon fisheries threatened the Delta Tunnel, Stewart wrote a letter to Feinstein demanding a new study. She immediately forwarded it to the Obama administration, who agreed to spend $750,000 on a new study. It returned the same results as the first one. Can't buy science. But the Resnicks have tried. They are among the top donors to the University of California system, with their donations focusing on agricultural and ecological studies. The Resnicks have basically bought entire departments who put out studies on how water systems should be managed.
Yeah, they gotta stop them donate. Like that's what I'm saying, yo. If they want this shit to run smooth, yo, you gotta stop letting these people donate to certain organizations or certain what you want to call it, companies or certain projects. You know, once you donate to a politician, now you got interest. You know, now you have favor with that politician. Like, that's why I be so pissed off when you be saying these governors and mayors go to prison and go to jail for doing shit that everybody do. They all do it. It's just like every now and then they just want to pick one or two out and make this person the motherfucking culprit. But this is business. This is how it operates. That's why so much money gets stolen and funneled through the different companies.
And where funding should go. That leads to even more federal and state taxpayer dollars being used to fix up what the Resnicks profit off of. This is all bad for California, even in a capitalistic sense. Agriculture uses 80% of California's water, but only represents 2% of its GDP. The Resnick's water monopoly is just one way their quest for wealth hurts the rest of us. They allegedly lobby for increased tensions with Iran to keep embargoes on superior Iranian pistachios. Their giant crops lead to monocultures which kill important pollinators. They siphon taxpayer dollars into the company town charter schools they own, set up to train children to work for their farms. And of course, like any company of this size, they exploit their workers. We need to treat water for what it is. A necessary public resource, a human right, and something that shouldn't be owned by anyone, and work towards legislative change that stops people like the Resnicks from stealing it.
Damn. That's serious. $1 billion company owns almost all the water in California. Wow. That's crazy. Yeah, I thought that was some useful information that people should know. Did y'all see this? Look at this right here, y'all. The fucking sun, the sun's setting in California right now.
Okay, I guess let's park along this street, yeah? And then, Dave, if you can, just go ahead of us and try to set up a signal.
Right here. This is where it's be. This is, oh my
It might be, boy, bro.
What? I've never... Look at this. Beyond comprehension. Oh. That's very sad.
Okay.
It might be, y'all. When they ready to start fucking selling this air next.
They gotta get this up. It's spreading. Yo, they gotta contain the seaside. Alright, have fun, guys. Everyone be safe tonight.
Yeah, this shit is crazy stuff right here, y'all. Crazy stuff.
These children are locked in a building in the LA fire in the middle of an evacuation zone. No power, there's no air circulation. Are you kidding me? Like, this air is already filled with smoke, which is already horrible for your lungs.
They got the kids still locked up. Even the animals getting out of there. Animals like, man, we got to go. Shit real. Yo, this shit crazy. Body of LA fire's victim was found still clutching hose as he tried to save family home of 55 years. So the family left and he stayed, trying to save the house. Look at that. And look what China doing. China testing drones to put out fires over that bitch. Man, we better start putting them goddamn drones to use. I don't think so. And the winds, the wind's so heavy. Damn, that was a nice steps. I wouldn't even live there, man. Like, I would not want to live somewhere where something like that happen at any moment. Like, that is crazy. Motherfuckers is losing everything in these damn fires. 80 billion in damage. Yo, did y'all see the before and after pic of do I got that? I don't even think I got it. You know, motherfuckers. Oh, I gotta show y'all this. I remember Baltimore had an earthquake in like 2014. The motherfucker thought that bitch leaking. But look at this though, y'all. Look at this. State Farm, one of California's biggest insurers, just months ago canceled hundreds of homeowner policies. Pacific Palisades, an area now being ravaged in devastating wildfires. State Farm, one of California's largest insurers, canceled 72,000 homeowner policies statewide in 2024, including 1,600 in Pacific Palisades, citing financial instability due to rising wildfire risk. The CEO, Denise Harden, defended the move as necessary to avoid financial failure, despite its impact on policyholders. The decision was part of a broader insurance crisis in California, where private insurers have scaled back coverage in fire-prone areas. As a result, the state FAIR plan, a last resort insurance provider, has seen its policies more than double since 2020. Yeah, I can't play the music. But they ready to start going down all the cities that was affected. It do sound like it was staged, PNR. Like they was putting this plan in motion for a while. They putting this plan in motion for a while, man. They showing all the all right, let's go to some news coverage, and then we're gonna switch to We gotta get to the bottom of this Jim Jones shit. Because I'm not understanding where's people getting this snitch shit from. California wildfires. No. Can't I sell your information? California wildfires. California wildfires. Los Angeles fire hydrants run dry. This is crazy, yo. The fire hydrants went dry. I seen them using purses, y'all, to put out fires. Purses.
This morning, a massive and deadly wildfire emergency. It's gone.
That's all we got.
For a second straight night, wind-driven fires engulfing homes. And overnight, a new blaze popping up in the Hollywood Hills and Studio City.
This home now collapsing.
Cars gridlocked. Hollywood Boulevard evacuated. Along the coast, the Palisades fire exploding to more than 15,000 acres. California's iconic Pacific Coast Highway, now a trail of burnt wreckage.
It's devastating. It is apocalyptic. You feel like you're on a movie set. This does not feel real.
It doesn't even look like a house anymore.
At the Eaton fire burning in Altadena, at least 5 people have died. As the fires began, smoke transforming a sunny day into eerie darkness. Last night, the destruction was plain everywhere. Days after this fire began, the flames continued to spread. This is all that's left of this school. The community mourning what's been lost, including famous residents like Billy Crystal, who wrote of his lost home, "Every inch of our house was filled with love." Paris Hilton watching hers burn on TV. And Mandy Moore writing, "I'm in shock."
I have never flown in conditions quite like this.
A time-lapse showing the Palisades fire's rapid and terrifying growth. Overwhelmed fire crews working around the clock.
Here we go.
NBC Los Angeles learning that the LA fire chief warned in a memo last month that budget cuts would affect its response to emergencies. Mayor Karen Bass pressed after arriving back in the city from a trip to Ghana.
Do you regret cutting the fire department budget by millions of dollars, Madam Mayor?
Ain't got shit to say.
Today?
Bass later saying budget cuts didn't affect the response. During the peak of the firestorm, city officials say hydrants unable to keep up with the extreme demand. What is going on with the water situation?
We have had some issues with water. If you stick enough straws into a glass of water, it's going to empty faster.
NBC's Morgan Chesky witnessing it firsthand on the Eaton fire.
Out of every fire hydrant you've seen, what have you found? Right now, we're finding most of them are down or low pressure.
Dramatic before and after satellite images show the scope of the destruction.
Look at the before and after, y'all. All these houses, the whole community is gone. The whole community. Look at this one. Let me go back. Look at this shit. The whole community. It's like, yo, this is fucking crazy, man. Yo, that is crazy.
Satellite images show the scope of the destruction, while a firestorm of unprecedented ferocity continues to rage. Now, firefighters are doing the best they can, but there are still areas here that are smoldering. The situation yesterday and on Tuesday, we had 80 to 100 mile per hour gusts. Those are hurricane force winds. It would take smoldering embers like this and
she can't
launch
answer
them,
that question,
say,
Kevin.
3 to 5 miles away,
She don't know how to
introducing
answer.
fire to neighborhoods that had business being parked.
She can't be honest, because if she be honest, she'll tell the people that, man, we set this shit up.
of this blaze. So that's kind of the setup that we had. And right now, the winds have eased a bit, but later on this evening, typical Santa Ana winds, 60 to 70 mile per hour gusts are still in the forecast, and it just makes it nearly impossible for these firefighters to control it. Hoda.
All right, Dylan Dreyer. Dylan, thank you.
Let's see what else they talking about. This is crazy, yo. Who the fuck would ever thought? See some shit like this. 2024, 2025, man, starting out with a bang. Starting out with a fucking bang. For real. They doing something.
Well, let's take a closer look, shall we, at some of the consequences. We've just heard them, but we can see them as well through satellite imagery. Here on the left, buildings on Marathon Road, Altadena. You can see the swimming pools, people's ordinary homes, ordinary lives. All of that completely changed, completely decimated, completely burned. The swimming pools there, blackened. The homes blackened, the buildings destroyed.
Hit that like button, Queen.
Here on the
Subscribe to the
left,
channel.
we can see Fair Oaks Avenue, also in Altadena, a very similar scene. Ordinary, typical homes. Here, the satellite image obscured for the most part by the smoke, but you can see these pockets of flame that were people's houses in exactly the same place. Let's move south, shall we, to Pacific Palisades. We talked so much about it. These are homes along Tuna Canyon. You can see the canyon above.
Oh, so these are all different areas. I thought that was one. I thought they was the same area. These are all different areas.
The homes and the cars along the highway there. All of these homes completely destroyed. One, possibly two, possibly still intact. One of them definitely still on fire. Let's show you the ground level situation. We heard from Patricia about her home, about her neighbors' homes. She knows that many of them were destroyed. It will be scenes like this for so many people in the region. This is the coastal highway. You can see here the flames.
No, we just found out. You must just came in. We just found out that it's a husband and wife that own 80% of California's water. Like their water system is different. Like I ain't never even heard no shit like that. That shit owned by a motherfucker.
This building was. You can see these.
You rewind it back, son.
This is the picket fence that is also in the front of that shot. The consequences of an ongoing natural disaster. And it's not just homes, it's businesses too. This, a local branch of Chase Bank.
Yeah, it should be.
The roof, the windows, everything gone. The same consequences have also taken hold at an Altadena community church. That white church turned into a blackened ruin. And there's no respite for famous landmarks either. Here's Sunset Boulevard's buildings destroyed and stained by smoke.
Sure, that's crazy, yo. We ready to move on from this. Because we ain't going to get the truth anyway. We ain't going to get the truth. Let's see if they're talking about it. How did California wildfires start? See if anybody did a... What are scientists saying? And we're gonna move on to the camera on Mase and all them motherfuckers. What are scientists saying is the cause?
Eggs make all our family moments better, especially when they're Eggland's best. Taste so fresh and amazing.
That's what the girl was basically saying. That's from Cali. That I read her post earlier. She was saying, "Oh, none of this shit sound right. Even the winds, none of it sounds right."
These wildfires spread across Southern California. We know that many environmentalists right now are sounding the alarm on the role that climate change is playing in fueling some of these fires. Joining me with more on this is Chad Hansen, who's a wildfire scientist and fire ecologist with the John Muir Project and author of Smokescreen: Debunking Wildfire Myths to Save Our Forests and Our Climate. Certainly a worthy cause. So thank you for being here with us. And look, we've been talking a lot about how we knew this wind event was coming.
One thing about this, I don't put nothing past these people, yo. Like, I swear, yo, nothing. You can call me a conspiracy theorist, or I don't trust them. I don't. They do wild things. They don't care about the people. It's all about greed. It's all about money. It's all about influence. It's all like the people is like a non-factor in any of this. Like for real. What's up,
We've also
man?
been talking a lot about how it impacts people that live in that, urban wildland interface. And we're seeing that play out in a really scary way out here. So as you watch this, what in particular made this so dangerous? Is it really just the combination of all those factors in this moment, also considering the low humidity?
Man, shit crazy.
Yeah, it is. It's a combination of factors that are all coming together at the same time and creating these really, really dangerous conditions. We have a fall and early winter where there's been very, very little precipitation. We have these really dry winds coming at incredible speeds with the Santa Ana winds.
Yo, let me go back to what that girl said again. Yo, because the shit don't make sense. Listen to which, let me take y'all back to this post. What the fuck is that? What the hell? All right, look at this. Can y'all see that? She say, I live in LA County. We know about wildfires. Here in the city, we had one day of crazy winds as we later found out about the fire in Palisades. The wind blew so heavily, it is no way the very next day, no wind at all. But the smell of smoke and ashes falling. 5 different fires now, and no connection, expansion, linkage, or extensions from one area to the next, just in different areas. Pasadena didn't even experience winds until the fire started there yesterday. The fires and winds are localized to specific areas, but the air everywhere is bad. No amber or ember is traveling that far or skipping cities to hit certain cities. Stop playing with our minds. None of this makes sense. How is it not no connection, no linkage from fire to fire? So these fires, it's just jumping cities. Like, come on now, that's crazy. That's not how that shit typically goes. It don't typically go like that. It's some other shit going on, man. Some other shit going on. Fuck the governor say. See what lies he told today. Then he always gives these.
We're taking a live look at
These fucking politically correct answers. Like, I don't want to hear that shit. I want to hear the truth. Don't give me no politically correct ass answer.
Biden joining first responders right there in Santa Monica, getting briefed about the situation as he's in town and witnessing firsthand the effects of the Palisades fire.
We began increasing our staffing, local, state, and federal agencies. Hundreds of firefighters began moving on Sunday afternoon from Northern California into Southern California. My local partners began upstaffing their own fire stations, helicopters, fire engines, hand crews.
Like, why are they doing this live? Like, since when do you get the president get debriefed in front of the world? Like, oh, come on, yo. Like, ain't nobody fucking stupid. Yeah, that's Biden right there. He getting debriefed on the fires on live. Fuck out of here, man. These people
to
terrible.
Be prepared for an incident like this that occurred. Those resources were pre-positioned in counties throughout Southern California for an event just like this. And on Tuesday morning, the Palisades fire began. I'd now like to
don't forget, y'all.
you to Chief Crowley.
Don't forget, we learned yesterday that the mayor cut the budget $17 million just months before this. Same thing happened in New Orleans when he took the barriers down. Just months before the guy decided to ride through and run over people.
Touch on the Palisades fire, Chief.
Thank you. Thank
you so much, Mr. President. I'm here just to provide you a brief on 3 significant fires that have occurred within the city of Los Angeles. With that, I'm going to be focusing on the Palisades fire. That fire broke out yesterday morning around 10:30. We did pre-deploy a number of resources. We knew there was a potential for significant threat to our constituents due to the weather event. High winds. I've never seen the winds in my 25-year career. So we leaned forward as much as possible and pre-deployed. With that, we had a significant amount of fire that occurred. We had an aggressive fire attack. The fire has grown from originally 10 acres to 10,802 acres as we speak. It's an active firefight with our firefighters, and they're doing their very best to protect our people within this area. Interesting enough, because of the winds and the low humidity, we had a second fire also break out, and that was the Hearst fire, which is just north of that area. Again, this was close to 11,000 acres.
You know he lost. What the fuck going on?
500 acres that also broke out. The information that I want to share with you is also the significance of multiple fires in the area within the city, but also the county. That's the second fire that actually came out, and we're actively engaged in that firefight. The third fire then broke out this morning at 4 o'clock in the morning, in which we have an active firefight there as well. We're working with our local jurisdictions, our state, regional, as well as federal. So we're doing everything we can to protect life first and property next. We'll go ahead and then pass this off to Police Chief McDonald. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. Mr. President, it's an honor to be able to be here and be part of this and represent the men and women of LAPD and policing to support our.
I don't know, Jesus Christ.
What we
that
saw
is
here
wild.
in the last 24 hours is unprecedented. I've never seen anything like this. Fires driven.
Like, yo, these people, it just shows you, yo, come on, yo. Why is this public? Yo, why the fuck is this? Like, yo, everything is a fucking show to these people, man. Everything is a show. Like, oh, this should not be held publicly. It's like they gotta prove it. Look, he's being debriefed. Like, oh, get the fuck out of here, man. Like, oh, these people think we fucking stupid.
Driven by the type of winds that we saw, up to 100 miles an hour. Our role out there is strictly support to be there for evacuations, to get people out of the affected area, to provide for traffic control, and then crime suppression as the fire is fought. And some may come in and try and take the opportunity to go into these homes and steal from them. So we're going to be on top of that. I just want to say the relationship we enjoy here, in my case under the leadership of Mayor Bass, but all of our elected officials, is unlike I think anywhere else in the country. We are blessed to have the relationship between police and fire that we do. Unfortunately, we do this kind of thing frequently, never to this level, but I can't say enough about how important that is. And as we go into the next 5 years with the Super Bowl and the World Cup and the Olympics coming up, it's critical that we maintain those partnerships. So thank you for this opportunity, sir.
Next up.
Oh, sorry. Let me introduce my partner from the County Fire Department, Chief Tony Maloney.
So thank you, Mr. President. I'm going to be giving you an update on our
That's the goal. That's the end goal, Iron.
The county starts all the way up in Lancaster and goes all the way down to the Long Beach border. We go from the county line in Ventura all the way out to Pomona.
Yeah, he lost. They don't know what the fuck they talking about.
So we have a fire east of the Palisades fire that began last night. It's called the Eaton Fire.
Right.
It's currently
10,600
acres, 0%.
But it's burning over there.
We have over 750 firefighters on the line. Unfortunately, 2 people have lost their lives. Residents have lost their lives at the Eaton Fire. It's impacting tens of thousands of homes.
Yo, it's gonna be way more deaths, yo. When all the smoke clears and whenever the fuck they finish doing whatever they doing, yo, watch the death toll numbers.
Not only in the city of Pasadena, but also the county area of Altadena. and we're doing our very best. We just had our out-of-state resources arrive from Arizona at the Eaton Fire to assist us. Last night, as the Region 1 coordinator, I contacted the Governor's Office of Emergency Services. We requested 250 additional engines into LA County with 1,000 personnel. We also are using our compacts with other states like Arizona, Nevada, Oregon, and Washington. Firefighters from those regions are on their way down to Los Angeles County right now to assist us. So thank you for your interest. Thank you for your attention.
Exactly, Ang. That's the issue. What the fuck is he ready to say? No, he can't even think on his own. He got a motherfucking note he gotta read from. Like, how you got a note after you just heard that? This supposed to be all live, and you got a pre-written note. Get the fuck out of here. So this shit is crazy. How the fuck you got a pre-written note? Like, yo, yeah, this is crazy, yo. National Guard coming from Nevada. 10 helicopters with water buckets. No, you can't hear. They made it that way on purpose. They're going to drown him out with this. You can't even hear his motherfucking ass. That's what I'm trying to read it for y'all while he's saying it. Yeah, how are you talking about you had pre-positioned? Man, get these motherfuckers out of here, man. Can't they hear these niggas? They just over there just talking. Ain't saying shit. All right, so look, y'all. We ready to pivot out of this, y'all, because we ain't going to get no real answers. We ain't going to get the truth. It's fucked up, yo, that they just continuously play with people's lives. Hold up, but I did want to show something else before we leave there. So you got a couple California residents, stars, I guess you would call them, that spoke out on the fires. Let's see what the fuck they had to say. God damn, yo. All right, here we go. See what the stars said. It'd be nice if we can get the truth, though. It's just saying that they play with people like this. Just play with motherfuckers' livelihoods.
Prayers to Cali, man. I guess it don't rain in Southern California. I guess that's how that shit keeps spreading, because it's dry out there. Damn.
Yeah, for real.
That shit crazy.
So I came to the bank, went to the ATM. The ATMs are off. There's no power. So I go inside to go to the door, and the door is locked. As you can see, all the employees are leaving. There's no power at the bank.
Damn.
It's crazy out here.
So you can't get no money.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hope you all are doing well.
He's a fucking scam artist. That's what the fuck he is.
This can't be expected. So I'm not going to be on here too long, but just kind of wanted to say something about what we all are witnessing right now. It's crazy. My wife texted me a picture of what was happening in California, and that's where she's from. And her mother is there right now. And I just read an article that said about 4 acres a minute, 4 football fields a minute is being devastated. You just told me about a restaurant we go to.
Yeah, Moonshadow on PCH is gone.
They probably paid them motherfuckers
live. So anybody who travels PCH when you go to LA, you know, it's just legendary. You know, it's a beautiful area. Palisades is up. You know, in Los Angeles, so all of that it's crazy to see that so much is gone. My son was texting me saying a lot of his classmates' homes have been completely destroyed. My mom and my sister and brother and nieces are all safe, but you know, the air quality, everybody's inside, the smoke, it's crazy. It's really, really crazy to see. I mean, we experienced those, like I said, living in LA.
On my way to the show, oh my goodness, look at this. There's fires everywhere. Look at that one. Oh my gosh, that's not too far from the studio. It's like going up the hill. Hear the wind? It's so strong. It's moving my big old truck side to side. Look at that. Oh my God, look at that. It's going right up that hill. No, all these people losing control. This poor guy. Jesus, I hope they're okay. Oh my God.
What the fuck?
Happened. Jesus Christ.
The wind knocking cars over?
There's so much debris.
Yo, the wind is knocking cars over.
Hear all the stuff hitting my truck. This is creepy. Oh my God, here we go. I'm almost there. Stay. God. Oh, there's shit flying everywhere. Better get inside. Oh my God. Me and Craig, we've been here. We waiting.
You gotta look up artists like Burt Williams.
Deal with the fires every year. I have family that was not in town. And the sky was completely orange. Insurance is expensive. So here's the thing. They started canceling. I'm a first-time homeowner, right?
Yeah, but this shit different. It don't normally affect this many homes. Like normally them fires just be hitting like the woods and shit. Farmland. This shit is knocking out communities. Like this one a little different.
I am grateful that I have a realtor and stuff like that because I didn't have the patience. Like I didn't understand what they were saying to me when I had to get homeowners insurance. I didn't understand like why it was so expensive. I was like, do I have to have this and that and that? And I'm like, we have fires every single year. This year, they made it extremely difficult for us to get fire and earthquake insurance. Yeah, the whole PCH is gone. Like, gone. The Iron Man house that was on PCH, gone. Paris Hilton's house, gone. Like, Ricky Lake's house, gone. Like, and it being those particular people. Like, I only say that because growing up, I would drive not drive, but ride down PCH, and I remember that'll take you to
Damn, that shit crazy. All right, so let's get this camera on the Mase stuff. I mean, this camera on the 50 stuff, y'all. Well, Chris Brown says, man, LA, make sure y'all throw a ceremonial parade for these firefighters, first responders after this. Also, the prisoners who were out there risking their lives need time knocked off their sentences. Yeah, for real, man, because they're not even getting shit. Something starting these fires. Shit don't add up. And prisoners out there getting paid 10 hours a day. All right, yo, but hold up before I get to there. Country Black goes off on 3-6 Mafia for royalties. Country Black ain't getting paid, man.
Come in off BMI and the chicks come in off royalties and shit like that, but when it's checks that I'm not getting, when it's checks that you're not sending, and then you're gonna tell me I was the highest paid artist on 3-6 and 3-6 Mafia. Why the fuck is that? How is that is what it was if I don't have anything to show from it? And I'm not mad at that. I'm mad at when I'm trying to, these days right here come around, you know, Christmas, Thanksgiving, and shit like that, and I'm supposed to be getting checks. I want my checks. You know what I'm saying? You say something to me about a check, and I take it from your word because the checks come in off BMI.
Well, DJ Paul said, just gave the man $150K that he blew in 2 months on jewelry, custom car parts with his name on it, and speaks on it. LOL. But says he broke because of Paul. We see your stream solo, bro. So 3-6 Mafia beefing in a cat. All right, but this what I want to talk about. All right, that's Jim Jones. All right, 50 Cent posted this, y'all. 50 Cent is saying Jim Jones is a rat. So let's get to this, man. Can y'all see this, or do I gotta make it bigger? All right. Jones. Hernandez is trying to dry snitch at the same time, homie. But he keeps saying F Treyway. F the N. Treyway. Ain't no N Treyway. F Treyway. Jordan laughing. I'ma feed him, though. Jones. Yo, what you doing? Damn, I don't even want to even talk on the phone. Homie, we gotta meet up and talk. Individual one, who is supposed to be Jim Jones. Well, it is Jim Jones. Hernandez is definitely humiliating Jordan right now. Jones. That's what's up. Hernandez is trying to do. That's what he's trying to do. He's trying a little. He's trying to separate himself. Individual one. That's cool. Now he got to get violated. Jones. Yeah, super violated. Super duper. Ain't no much he could really do unless he run around for hundreds armed securities all day. Jim Jones. He ain't got enough money for that. Whoever Jones is, that's a fact. He just canceled all his shows. And he ain't gang member no more. Nah, he ain't nothing. Individual one. That's what Jordan needs to make sure he do. All right, individual one. Just tell that N-word that he not a gang member no more. He kicked out the whip. He was never a gang member. Needs to, like, expose him. And Jordan got to figure it out. But they got to violate him. Yup. If Hernandez think he going to be going to strip clubs and that type shit. All right, so they basically trying to say, what they was trying to say was that Jim Jones put a hit out Jim Jones put a hit out on so this 50 Cent post right there, right here, on 6ix9ine. Do y'all remember that 6ix9ine interview on the Breakfast Club? LOL, individual one, calling the shots out here. I know you working, so please don't say gangster shit to me, individual one. See, now that's that shit with 50 Cent, right? That be kind of pissing me off, yo. Because 50 Cent just be doing things and antagonizing. And he got his own issues from back in the day that ain't never really been resolved. Now, let's go to that. Let's see if we can get that Breakfast Club.
Larry, you better.
6ix9ine Breakfast Club interview, where he talked about going to jail. Is this it right here? Explains why he fired his team. Recent shooting. I think this is the one where he did all that shit he did. And he was talking about the feds, because he got locked up right after this. So, y'all, we ready to relive or go back in time to check some of this shit out, because I don't think Jim Jones is a rat. I don't think. Now, more than likely, this is going to get taken out the live once it gets uploaded, because Breakfast Club be copyrighted. I'm gonna give y'all what y'all want. But I don't think Jim Jones was the target of the investigation. And I also don't think nothing happened to 6ix9ine behind that conversation. But I don't really know the complete timeline of events. Let me see, is this the one?
Who you think outside is better, right? Yeah. Now you see what I'm trying to get to? Yo, bro, I move so militant. Listen, but that's what we've been telling you from the beginning. You know.
Here you go.
Like, yo, Tekashi 6ix9ine, because I didn't cooperate with no police. I didn't say nothing. I said, yo, I need it. Yeah,
I think you're on a payroll
my
too.
thing is, that's what I wanted to talk about. Remember when I was like, yo, nothing gonna happen to me. Nothing gonna happen to me. I'm untouchable. I'm immortal. Who gonna touch me? Wait, test my shit. Remember?
Yeah.
Yo, I can't believe, yo, people ever believed him. Like, it was really people in the world that thought 6ix9ine was a gangster. I refuse to believe that, yo. Like, I promise you, I never heard, even when he was at his peak, I never heard his songs in nobody car in Baltimore. Nobody. Like, I don't know who was listening to him or who believed him, but it's no way you can sell me that a guy with rainbow hair is thugging. Hell no. Ain't no way I ever believed that. I think he was actually sent to take down them motherfucking Bloods for real. It was their fault for allowing him to get so close. They shouldn't have never allowed him to get to a point where he knew too much. So this was after they kidnapped him. Remember, he got kidnapped. This was after that.
It's not the internet. It's not.
You've also said that you've woken up and felt like this was gonna.
In the morning, though.
I was there. I was chilling. You know what's so crazy? That's just gated. It's gated. There's no way you gotta get in. To get in, you gotta go through like the little booth, like cop booth, and you gotta prove that you lived it.
6ix9ine kidnapped. Here you go, right here. I want to find that Jim Jones audio. Cause I remember it was an audio. All right, here go the 6ix9ine kidnapping. Now I remember it was some type of recorder in the car, some shit like that, because the car was bugged. That's how the feds even got this audio, this video. I don't think so. I know. I forgot what happened with that key.
You have reached.
Yeah, see, his limousine driver, his car was bugged. That's what made me think he was already working. Why was his limousine car driver bugged? Because they was listening to them wiretaps and they figured something was already on the horizon for shorty. Yeah, limo driver was working with him. That's what it was. He's saying their names and shit.
Get in the car, get in the car. That's what I'm doing. Get the fuck in here. Ain't nobody in here. Ain't nobody in here. So why you doing all that? About what? About what? About what? Why you holler at me? What you need, Shady Man? Give me the book. So why ain't got your number?
See, 6ix9ine thought he was gonna be able to distance himself from them guys. Wasn't happening. There's no way. There's no way we helped you get. And this the shit I was talking about yesterday with the hustle cartel situation. Yo, you're not ready to use me, and they used them to help you create this image to get up, and now you up, and now you want to distance yourself. Negative, ain't happening.
Yeah, but why you do me like that, bro? Where the fuck is everything, man? Get in the car with us, man. Bye, nigga. Give me the phone, give me the phone. Get out of here. You gonna talk to him, you gonna talk to him. You gonna talk, get in the car. Right, get in the car, get in the car. Get in the car.
That's crazy. They got all this shit on video. And 6ix9ine saying all their names.
Wait, I can make sure everything good, man. We gonna talk to him. That's it, man.
Yeah, that's how that shit works.
El sistema OnStar no está activado. Para activar su servicio, presione el botón. Esta llamada puede ser registrada para control de calidad.
I guess he tried to follow him.
Hello. Hello. Necesito que llame a la policía. Acaban de secuestrar a mi hermano. Por favor. Ok, señor, estaré contactando.
Yeah, he knew they was recording.
Rivera Jorge. Lo pongo una breve espera.
I don't think I ever watched this whole video. Yeah, he tried to find that they kidnapped him.
Señor, tengo al operador de 911 en la línea con nosotros. Gracias. Gracias. ¿Puede comunicarse únicamente en español? Sí. All right. He's on the line with us.
Kidnapped 6'9". Tekashi 6'9". He's kidnapped from my car.
What?
Tekashi 6'9". You know Tekashi
he
6'9",
was.
the rapper, the singer? Yes, they just kidnapped it. We get pulled over, right, by two guys with guns, and they just take it off from the car.
Take him?
Yes.
Where this happen?
He is right here, around the corner. I tried to keep going. When I got too close to him to take the play, the guy come on and tried to shoot me. So I back it up and I came this way.
Okay, show me where it happened. No. ¿The police on the scene? Señor, ¿ya hay policías en la escena?
Sí, encontré uno aquí parado.
Okay, there's already police.
We going back into this whole Jim Jones, Treyway. Jim Jones super violate. Because my thing is, yo, Jim Jones was never a target of this investigation. He was never a target. And he didn't rep the same blood set as these guys. So, like, yo, when you, like, if Jim Jones is on wiretap, right? Due to the fact they was investigating them guys.
He definitely really getting shy right now. Well, you got to put you up there next to the phone. You're like, when you go to YouTube, the World Star, you got his picture next to this shit. And everything he said, you got a split screen with shiny picture next to this shit. I said, this shit crazy, son. But he's doing that to make T9 think he don't got no relationship with Boy. That's what he's trying to do. He's trying to really, he's trying to separate himself. That's cool, but now you gotta get violated. Yeah, super violated.
Yeah.
Super.
He was on a mission, I think.
Too much he can really do unless he go run around with 100 arms.
Man, snitching still ain't cool.
You know what I'm saying? He gonna get shot at pay.
1,500.
Give enough money for that.
That shit ain't cool.
That's a fact.
Whack 100 is the one that really tried to make it cool, though. Him and Charleston White.
Nah, he ain't nothing. That's what Shotty needs to make sure he do. Nah, he tell that nigga that he's not a gang member no more. He kicked out the whip. He was never a gang member.
Yeah, see what I'm saying? Like, he's not calling shots. Like, listen to the conversation. This is just a conversation. He's under investigation, but he's talking to Jim Jones. Like, I don't understand why the people thought that Jim Jones should have been tied into this based off of this conversation.
Nah, he ain't nothing. That's what Shotty needs to make sure he do. Nah, he tell that nigga that he's not a gang member no more. He kicked out the whip. He was never a gang member. Nigga, Shotty need to expose him. Like, nah, what to do? Yeah, they got a TMZ. TMZ want to talk to niggas on Monday. So Shotty like, you want me? Quippy. I think he said, you need to be on no TMZ. Let Shotty be on TMZ. I'm not gonna get on it, but he wanted me to talk to nigga and tell nigga what happened. Like, cause you know, my lap first, you feel me? So he want. Nah, you don't say nothing. You let Shotty handle that shit, bro. You don't say nothing. So don't say nothing? Nah, Shotty gotta handle that shit. He get on TMZ. He need to talk his talk and talk his shit. You dig? Mm-hmm. And he need to be very, very, very articulate about what he's saying, why he made people think that nigga was a gang member. He needs to let niggas know that he was never a gang member. He was always a money ploy for the gang members. He got to figure it out. But they gonna have to violate Shorty, because Shorty on some bullshit. Yeah. Shorty think he gonna be going to the strip clubs and all that type of shit. Like, Shorty better get on his A game. Shotty, I already know Shotty. You not nigga the demon, homie. You not nigga nervous shit like this, homie.
Still ain't though, yo. It's just some people trying to push that shit into the community. We fight against that shit because I believe snitching is bigger than the streets. These rats' character is flawed. I mean, you don't never want to start promoting rats. Like, these niggas is ill. Can't trust these niggas. They the worst of the worst.
You know, you don't got that nigga stuff. You don't got nothing to lose no more. This is all you have.
You better get the violating. You better start shorty up. One of them security better get hit. Some better happen.
You better start balling, nigga.
You better start doing something. Once you start tearing the security down, ain't no security gonna want that job. You gonna have to stay in the house pretty soon. That's it. That's what happens. Once security get injured, them niggas like, nah, he's too much of a liability. I'm not gonna protect nobody that know that it's causing harm to us. And that's all these niggas gotta say. Well, shit, let niggas know, man, bro, we gonna tear the security up, bro. We not even worried about you, bro. We gonna tear the security up. As niggas start doing that, the security gonna be like, listen, bro, I ain't in it for this, bro. You gonna have to do this shit on your own time, bro.
You can't. The security out in New York can't run around with fire on them, man.
See, they didn't do none of these things, right? Like, if they had acted on some of these things, I could see a situation where Jim Jones' ass would have got tied into it. But this is just a general conversation. Like, I don't know, y'all. What y'all think, y'all? Like, I don't think this was enough to tie Jim Jones into an investigation. I don't, y'all. Because he wasn't the target. He was. He was the target. No, Jackie, it's not, yo. It's not. It's not, bro. Like, yo, when somebody phone is tapped, yo, they're gonna hear multiple conversations. I mean, they might hear you talking to your mother, they might hear you talking to your girl, they might hear you talking to your homeboy. You feel me? But it's the manner in which the conversation is being held. Like, through other wiretaps, I'm sure the feds already heard they was already in the process of doing shit to 6ix9ine. That's why the car was bugged. So Jim Jones saying this, I don't think it added, it didn't add any it didn't make it more of an emergency. Like it's now or never because Jim Jones told us. I don't think that, man. I don't think it was that. Yeah, it's like he just talking shit. It is, but everybody's situation different. Now it have been situations where they probably did look into Jim Jones after this. You understand what I'm saying? I'm sure. Let me say this. I'm sure, based off this conversation, there may have been a separate investigation into Jim Jones. But after they probably listened to a few phone calls, they probably like, man, there ain't nothing there. It ain't nothing there. But to say he snitched or he is cooperating, yo, that's a stretch, y'all. That is a fucking stretch. For real. Like I don't see how people was making that connection. No. It ain't no case coming. 50 bringing this up as because Whack 100 the one started pushing this narrative on Jim Jones. It's always Whack 100. I told y'all, Whack 100 goal is to make solid people look like rats. Meanwhile, he hang with the rats. That's his goal. That's somebody's paying him a lot of money to do it. That's why who was 6ix9ine first connection? Whack 100. Like I told y'all, Whack 100 they call Max B a rat. Max B ain't told on nobody. He didn't call Casanova a rat. Casanova told on nobody. He didn't call Zay Osama a rat. BG a rat. But he managed 6ix9ine. He managed Troy Ave. He had conversations with Woody. Like, all you gotta do is pay attention to what's going on. Whack 100 is being used to push this snitch shit into the community. Meanwhile, people that ain't rats, he trying to damage their name, damage their credibility. Somebody's paying him to do that. He's not just doing that on his own. Now he got some shit called the exposers. Man, I just don't see it. But Let's see what the end of the conversation.
You can't. The security out in New York can't run around with fire on them, right?
Nah, them niggas, unless they ex-police, but it don't matter at that time because they doing an illegal job. Okay? It don't matter because the shot ain't run down on them. They can't pull their gun out to shoot nobody unless the gun is pulled out.
I'm sure that phone conversation got Jim Jones investigated, but I think it wasn't nothing there because I don't think Jim Jones is an active gang member. Now he probably still talk like that, you know, had little conversations. Look, here go Whack 100. He was the first one that started this shit. He was the first one that started this shit.
You're managing 6ix9ine. From my perspective.
Yeah, I mean, I think, you know, it probably was a lot of people telling him what to do. That's why he individual one. He's not co-conspirator one. He's not an unindicted co-conspirator. He's individual one, which means he's not involved in this investigation.
He still did the promotion for it, so
he took it off. Listen, y'all see this? Hey, listen, my nigga, we knew you was working with the feds, my nigga, but Whack don't deal drugs. Y'all see it. Now watch this.
What just happened?
Hold on, look.
Jimmy!
Hold on.
P-Funk?
Look, I mean Paru.
All right.
Look at the tax history, bro.
Who are you selling
this
to?
He got a fake ass text message.
That's the tax history.
Like Whack been on this bullshit for a long time. He supposed to have a fake ass text message between him and Jim Jones.
My phone ring. Yeah. And I said, oh shit, this is interesting.
What up, gang? How you been? I know you on Tile or your job like usual. Want to kick with you about this quarantine studios. It's some dope shit I'm creating, and I need some help and support from my comrades.
Quarantine studios?
This Jim Jones, capo.
Yeah, it sound like
he lying.
But people go to jail for less. You get what I mean? So it looks suspect.
And this motherfucker don't know shit about the streets. Fucking Reek, he's a fucking fanboy.
Weird.
I lived in New York for a long time. Violate can mean a lot of things.
No, it don't, motherfucker.
That's it.
Violate mean one thing. Super violate mean another
Let's
thing.
say Christopher Kamala.
Super violate mean some whole other shit.
You might be right. But I don't think the cops would be able to successfully
We don't give
prosecute
a fuck,
somebody
bro.
on that.
Wait. First of all, that's not what it's about.
I violate you if I bump into you in the street.
First of all,
The other person on the call is in jail.
You, boom, you
The
violate.
other person in jail right now.
Bro, that part of the conversation, what it is. If I'm on the phone and I'm giving a motherfucking instructions what to do, what to do it to, how to do it, and why it need to be done, and the nigga I'm talking to is a shot caller, and this is a federal wiretap, not some female's recordings that they playing in the court of law to convict the other motherfucker, that's conspiracy. I don't give a fuck why you look at it.
No, it's not, yo. Yo, Whack don't know. Yo, Whack be lying, yo. No, it's not. No, it's not, yo. Them crime, like I said, they probably did look into Jim Jones, and it wasn't nothing there other than that phone call. Yo, it's no way by that phone call do you put Jim Jones ahead of the Treyway indictment. You feel me? You're not going to put your at the head of the indictment based off that phone call. Whack 100 be lying. Like he be putting snitch acquisition on people's names just because they don't like them. This nigga's a fucking clown. I can't stand yo for real. Pushing all this bullshit into the community. All right, so all of this started because Cam sat down and had a conversation with 50 Cent. Let's go. That's all this. I mean, that started, but all this got brought back up. Yo, that's just fucked up, yo, to just throw on somebody's name, yo, without no evidence. Like, it's no evidence. Motherfucker just on motherfucker's name. Oh, let me go back. Before we get there, and we're gonna work our way back up. How 50 Cent even got into this. That we running out of time.
$1
We're
million.
on 2 hours in.
I say, what are you talking about? That's not 1% of 6.
Koch Records.
Camera?
Let's talk.
What's your relationship?
Everybody who text messages too.
That sound means somebody's on the phone. Who is it, Mose? Who is it?
Alan Rum. Camera.
Yeah, yo, whacker agent, bro. Yo, it's obvious whacker agent. Yo, nobody got arrested for that stage fight. Nobody got arrested. I'm sure he got a phone call. But if you can quell an arrest with a phone call, what the fuck do that make you? I can't do that. We can't do that. Police can't call us and we just be like, oh no, that was a play, and we move on. Man, fuck no, that shit won't work like that. We going to jail first. We gonna have to get out there in court, not whack 100. All it takes is a phone call on his end. Man, the police, man. Everybody should know that based off that fight. Everybody should know that. You got a brutal fight where it looked like somebody got smacked with a firearm. Stripped for sure. Stomped, beat on for sure. Nobody goes to jail. Man, that man the police, man.
Koch Records. Camera? Let's talk.
What's your relationship with Cam? Do you have one?
Problems. We good.
No problem.
Yeah, I ain't had no issues with him.
Monte?
Is he by himself?
We gotta work out this phone situation because there's gonna be a lot of calls today.
Yeah, Jimmy with him.
Koch Records.
Do you have a relationship with
For real?
Is good?
Yeah. Actually,
Can you guys hear me?
Who is that?
Is it Alan Grumblat? I'm a general manager at Koch Records.
yeah.
Hi, Alan.
Hey, how
What's
you
up,
doing?
Alan?
Hey, Angie, thanks for all your support and everything. You
What
know?
about me, Alan?
What's that?
What about me?
Hi.
How you doing?
Doing good.
You want to talk? You want to be in the air? That's like an artist?
Hey, yeah, you know what? You know, just because I've been just hearing a lot of negativity, and, you know, Koch Records, we distribute Diplomat Records, and, you know...
Yeah, well, diplomats are cool, but put Cam on the phone.
Diplomat Records, and we pay them...
Put Cameron on the phone.
And, you know...
Put Cameron on the phone.
Hang on. Hold on a second. Hello?
Cam, what's up, baby?
50, what up, baby?
Anything
I just wanted to step in because I heard you could shut things down over here, and I just want to make sure what's going on. You know, they owe me some things over here. I just want to see what's going on. You can shut down Diplomat projects.
I'm not talking about diplomats. Cam, you really want that?
Nah, that's what I was asking. Can you do it? That's what I'm asking.
What I'm saying to you is, listen, let me explain something to you.
No,
I'm saying to you, I got projects over there. I just signed off. To, right, I just let him do that deal. Homeboy.
Exactly. So why would you let him do a deal at Koch, a place that you think is the graveyard?
It is the graveyard.
So why would you let your man?
The only one, you know what it is?
Why would you let your buddy that you mess with?
Because he asked for it. Like, I don't hold against their will. See, Ken, let me tell you something. Look, let me tell you something about me. Listen.
Wait. Here, let's do this. Wait, Ken.
I don't know what everybody else gets. I'm sending.
No. Listen, let me tell you something.
I was flipping on Koch. Let me explain something to you about Koch Records. They made 600. They signed They sold their company for $80 million to a company called Row Entertainment.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Go ahead.
I'm letting the world know.
They just sold portions of it in
They sold
Canada.
the company for $80 million. Last year, Row Entertainment made $600 million, according to the Canadian Wall Street Journal. Koch put a deal on the table for me for $7 million. I say, what are you talking about? That's not 1% of $600 million. So currently, when I was on my rampage talking about Koch owe me cake, yeah, they just made close to $1 billion in the last 2 years, and I'm not taking $10 million off $1 billion.
How'd that make you feel?
But at the end of the day, what I'm trying to explain to you, you talk about Koch as a graveyard, you just let your man.
It is a graveyard. If you got, listen, let me tell you something. Look, if you got, now check this out. Look, initially, when I'm saying that, that's where you go when the majors. Don't act like the general public doesn't know that this is where artists go after.
Turn that up a little.
The majors don't act. Can you hear me, Cam?
I ain't there, brother.
Okay. Like we clear that everybody is visible that this is where artists go after the majors won't invest in them.
All right, let me explain something to you. I got 3 different distributions. I got Def Jam, which is a major. When I got Warner Brothers, which is a major.
Yeah. And the reason why, look, let me tell you.
No.
Cam, for one second.
Wait, Cam, let's hear. Cam, hold up, Cam, because you.
3 different.
We're not talking about your money, Cam. Listen to this. Check this out. Look, if you got, when you was on Def Jam.
We gotta let each side say.
All right, check this out, Cam.
I'm listening.
Let him rock for a second.
A huge portion of your success.
How much Lloyd Banks sold?
Well, Lloyd Banks is at 300,000.
Hey, he's on Amazing. Jim is at 300,000.
Right. And that's great for Jimmy, but Jimmy's not. Let's look. That's great for Jimmy. Like every time I talk about balling, you know what, Cam? If you want to do,
Lloyd Banks is at 300,000. Jim Jones is at 300,000.
Yeah.
Jim Jones is on an independent. Lloyd Banks is on Yellow.
But Lloyd Banks has more money than Jim Jones. And when you want to talk on that level, see, you get ready to turn it into something else. Check this out.
This didn't age well.
Come over here.
Yeah, I let him do a deal over there because he asked to do the deal over there, and I said, you know what? You can go if you want to do that.
Deep sold this year.
All right, y'all gotta.
Curtis. Yo, Curtis, how much did Mob Deep sell this year?
You're not gonna be. You can ready to cause a whole different situation. Watch this.
Curtis, how much?
Let's not make it a different situation.
He said it's good. He thinks
I know, Solana. Like that's what I'm saying. That phone call wasn't enough. Like that phone call probably did get him investigated, but they didn't find nothing. You can't call him a rat. Like your motherfuckers just be saying anything, man.
In the competition, I'm not gonna stop competing.
How much did the Mob sell, Curtis?
Let me tell you something. The difference between Dipset and the average artist that signs to
How much did fucking Mob?
Whoa, all right, we gotta shut him
How
off.
much the Mob and how much Lloyd Banks sold?
Mose.
Doing the same numbers you.
Mose, we gotta cut it, honey.
the difference
Cam,
between.
I'm sorry, baby. And I want to be fair to everybody, but
Now listen.
All right, so now these guys are back on good terms. I'm trying to speed it up for real because it's getting late and I gotta get up in 3 hours. Now these guys are back on good terms. We still gotta get to the Jim Jones interview. Yeah, but Jim Jones wasn't part of that. That's what I'm saying, H-Mob. Jim Jones wasn't part of that team. Like he wasn't part of that team.
To some things that people don't know about you real quick, but I want to ask you, yo, I seen you taking some acting classes, 50 posted. Do you feel, when you see Fifth, do you be like, yo, what's up? Can I get a part? What's happening? Does he tell you, I need acting?
You know what I feel? I feel like power.
Was he?
Yeah. What are you saying? He was saying, he don't think he deserved to fight.
He basically,
or even to be in the conversation.
Nah, yo.
They need to fight.
Them niggas trade 9 bloods or some shit like that. Jim Jones ain't part of that set. That is Shotty and them.
The problem was even before Ryan stepped in. You got
beefing with Shakur, nigga.
You got Shakur.
He said something. They was beefing.
Everybody, listen, let me tell you something.
He was beefing with Carisha.
Let me tell you something. This shit worse than rap. This thing,
This the whole interview?
It's tender, yo. Yo, I swear to God. I'm sitting there figuring, like, I'm trying to navigate this shit because I'm new doing this shit the last year and a half, going on 2 years, probably a year and a half. And I'm like, Stephen A. Smith has said ain't no big deal. Skip Bayless said.
You say Jim is not pray? So what's the so he is this well. So you saying Jim Jones the same gang is what's the comment now? But even at that rate, I'm sure he got investigated. But it has to be more to put him in that indictment. We don't know whatever phone calls they got. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure it was more than just Jim Jones telling them, like, yo, we got to do something. They probably ain't need Jim Jones to say that. It was already, 6ix9ine at that time was already on the menu. All right, so he the same set. Yo, where's that interview where Cameron was talking about?
You seen this shit?
Not this. What did Cameron say about Jim Jones when him and 50 was sitting down? Cameron and 50 Cent talks about Jim Jones. No, that's not what that mean, H-Mob. That don't mean you the head. This probably was other people that probably wasn't even gang affiliated telling them they need to hurt 6ix9ine. 50 Cent and Cameron talk about Jim Jones. Oh, so that was part 1. So it's a part 2 to that. So this was 4 weeks ago. Yeah, it was, I know it was a Rico. I'm just saying it had to be more, yo. It had to be more.
Sent niggas to my office with black roses and little coffee. And I was like, all right, cool. Then I did the video. So I was like, all right, cool, this is cool. I remember this real talk. I was on probation at the time. My probation officer was like, come down to probation or we gonna lock you up on Thursday. I'm like, what the fuck I did? And New York City Intel was there. And New York City Intel said, what's going on with you and 50 Cent? I said, it's some music shit. What the fuck are you talking about? They said, well, it just seems like it's going on. I said, yo, he puts people out of business. I gotta respond. I respond to everything I love. I told these niggas this. I'm like, yo, the man puts people out of business. You gotta say something.
Yo, it's not just that simple, yo. Like, how y'all just saying that just because of that phone call, he should have went down in the Rico? Like, yo, I think that is a stretch, y'all. Just off that phone call alone? Hell no, man. No, y'all tripping.
Like, yeah, he does, man. He does. That's just on me. Y'all gonna talk to him? Like, that's like, yeah, his flight is later. We're gonna have a conversation with him too. So the more the story is, like I said, Dipset at that time kind of really wasn't on the same page, but it wasn't external. And I was like, maybe I could fix this shit before it gets out of hand. And that's where my mind frame was at. But then when niggas went on stage, I'm like, yeah, that was a problem. Shit that spun out of nigga. It is a checkmate moment, which was, I said, this nigga's devious right here.
So basically, Cameron is talking about Jim Jones going on stage with 50 Cent. Yo, Jim Jones has always been like Cam #1 supporter. Like, that man that went to war with Cameron. Jim Jones fight at the Rucker. I'm just telling y'all, yo, it had to be more. I'm sure he did get investigated. Like, Jim Jones went to war, took ass whippings for Cameron. Says, you think it's about Chrissy? Nah, bro. Like, yo, it's not just took ass whippings for yo. So it's crazy. See, I think this is where Jim Jones. I think Jim Jones beef with Cameron is more legitimate than Cameron beef with Jim Jones. Like, from what I know, he got a legitimate reason to be mad.
That bullshit.
That's my thing. It seems like Jim Jones has a legitimate reason to be mad at Cam, being as though he went back and fucked it with Mase after he done went to war with Mase for him. And I think Cam looking at it like basically the same shit you did with 50. But from what I was told, like, I don't know, like, I ain't really too deep into that music like that. My man Ham, Keep It Raw Dope podcast, I was talking to him about it, And he was saying that basically Jim Jones linked up with 50 because Cam was on some, he was on some bullshit. He wasn't trying to put money in them niggas' pocket. What shirt, Jack?
Spiritual person, and I know who's who when I encounter them. And if you give me enough time around, you'll understand exactly who you are. You heard it, and I got to understand exactly how I need to use you in my life, or I don't need to be next to you. And at that point in my life, it was only two decisions. It was either go to the street or play your position. Yeah, nigga, you a boss and you help put everything together. This whole shit started in my grandmother's house. Mase, Cam, bloodshed, all that shit started out my grandmother's house. Everybody got signed living with me in my grandmother's house, with me, not with them. They was all living with me. This where the whole nucleus and everything started from right then and there, and shit like that. And moving forward and shit like that, I had a decision to make over.
Nico, if you don't shut up!
Childish things that I seen people be doing childish things and shit like that. And I was like, well, if this is what you want, if you feel this is going to be your way out of this hell we living in, which was Harlem, you did? Yeah. At the time, out of the hood, out of the projects, your position and shut the fuck up and do your job as a complete soldier and make sure nothing happened on your watch, and that's all you could do. And can't nobody hold nothing against you for that. And that's what I chose to do.
Yeah, I get you, G-Man, but what if your man just on some bullshit with you, and now he back fucking with 50? So I get it, like, yeah, you wasn't supposed to cross them lines, but it's like, yo, if you ain't trying to put no money in my pocket, what else? I mean, I don't know, yo. I think them boys need to figure that shit out. But it's crazy because just a couple years ago, they was cool. They was at least cool enough to do the Dipset versus the Locks. That was a number 2019. Maybe 2020. Jim definitely need to grow up. Yeah, I'm saying that real.
Before it happens, what you tell, like everything.
Mm-hmm. It started with Mase. He didn't do the right thing.
That's the one question I wanted to ask you. I'm a little bit too young to understand. Like, I just was able to be like, I was able to be like a teen. Like,
I watched Mase shit on Cam and everybody around him.
Wow.
A bitch.
Yeah, but this is the thing. I can believe that. I can believe Mase shitting on Cam because Mase shitting on Big L too. That's why Big L was ready to rob Mase. You feel me? Like, yo, Mase got that money. Because I think Mase got signed first. Mase got that money, got that deal. And start stunting on niggas. You know what I mean? So, I can believe this to be true. And Nico, do it again.
You heard? Like, I was there the whole time, but I was Cam's man. You heard? Cam and Mase were so-called best friends, grew up together, and RP Hottie. Like, I was there for everything. That's one thing that people can't never say, is that I wasn't there for every single thing.
What was your problem with Mase? Like, how did that all happen? Because that was Cam, man, like you said.
Cam enemies were my enemies. Okay. Anybody Cam didn't like, I didn't like. And I already see how he was handling Cam, so I definitely didn't like him. You dig? And then I seen how much love Cam had for him and how Cam was jumping out the window for him with your front shit and shit like that. Like, being overprotective, making sure nothing happened. Like, he was trying his best to make sure that
you said Cam used to shit on Mase, was damn near homeless.
Mase, I got that money and lost his motherfucking mind. As he's supposed to, man. He grew up in a kid that doesn't have what most of us had. He was probably more or less fortunate than most of us. Didn't have the sneakers, didn't have all that shit coming up. So him having the first bit of success out of all of us and really get into a bag, he just went crazy like most people do. Shit like that. Shit, I had my times where I went crazy, but that bag just be too much. Yeah. You dig? But the people I love, I still love them today. You know what I mean? The people that I consider to be the ones that's gonna help me in this journey, I still love them today, and we still have great relationships and shit like that. I ain't got nothing to do with Cam and them and shit like that. We all have our own group of people that help us along with this journey and shit like that.
So now that you see Cam and Mase together having their own show, how did that shit make you feel when you seen them come together after everything that you did?
I seen crazier shit happen. I know brothers that shot brothers and shit like that. So for friends to get back after a world of whatever they went through, it's not surprising to me and shit like that. But I see they don't talk about the days of the shit on, you heard? They don't talk about the things that separated them and shit like that. So, it's funny. But kudos to them, man. They got a dope show. Who am I to hate on what they got going on, man? I hope they make $1 trillion.
What's the craziest shit you seen Mase and that was just like, yo, I can't believe these niggas could even get back cool after some shit like that?
I won't say nothing crazy, but I say some funny shit that I seen happen. I seen Mase fire his brother, came out the limo in the middle of the highway and shit like that. You heard? His old brother. That nigga's vicious. But he coming back off the road for, I think, a bunch of tours and shit like that. Get off the plane. And Mase got the brand new Mercedes drop burgundy, pull up to the airport, skirt the car dealer bringing that shit outside the airport, 2-door drink, brand new stickers on that bitch. That nigga going crazy, right? Joking and shit like that with Cam and shit. That nigga jumped in the shit by himself with skirt off. I said, yeah, this nigga is a different type of animal. This nigga don't care about nothing. Word up. Nah, then he had us in a row with him. Because this was Cam started doing the hype man for him, and then we started doing some tours. I would be hyping Cam, so now I come out. So now he got us hyping both of them. Nigga had us doing dance moves, like coordinated dance moves on the speaker and shit like that. I never forget this shit, like matching outfits, coordinated dance moves, like what show? Word, Cam bust out that shit like, we ain't doing this shit no more. Fuck all these niggas, man. Fuck everybody, man. We gonna kill one of these niggas. That was the last time we seen them until it is what it is, you know?
Even in Cam right now, he just did the interview with 50.
For the younger audience, we had like a rap battle thing at one time. And 50, what you did, so we was having interior problems at Dipset. Nobody knew about this. Nobody knew that we was like not on the same page. Right. So when me and you were battling during our music thing, you got members of Dipset to come to your show.
Yo, why he didn't say their names? Like, that was disrespectful in itself. Like, why you didn't say that nigga name, man?
Them niggas be on my dick, right? Them niggas ain't got nothing else to think about but Capo. I did a lot for them niggas in their life, you heard? Both of them. Pause, though. Get off my dick. There's only space on there for baby girl, man. Come on, man. Tugging on my shit like that.
Yeah, you never clear shit up, and we never hear your side of the story. Cam's like, I thought we could pull it together. Next thing I know, I see Jim performing with
That nigga ain't think nothing. He could pull nothing together. He couldn't do nothing with me. He couldn't tell me nothing, nigga. But let's not get this shit twisted. Like, nigga, nobody could tell me nothing, nigga. I was my own boss. I did what I did as a fucking soldier.
Like, Jim Jones was the muscle of a Dipset. I don't know, yo. Like, this shit crazy. I hate to see this type of these things going on, yo, between guys that at one point was so close. You feel me? Made a lot of money together. Probably did a lot together. Now they on two ends of the spectrum. Like, yo, that shit crazy, man.
Because I was a soldier, nigga. You heard? I had the soldiers, niggas. Niggas didn't tell me nothing. You heard? I did what I wanted to do. I seen the shit wasn't going right, so I started doing what Jim Jones needed to do.
He was a hype man at one point. But when Jim Jones became Jim Jones, his own person, Jim Jones is carrying Dipset. We ain't gonna do that, H-Mob. Jim Jones definitely carried Dipset.
For Jim Jones.
Into the next millennium.
Nigga that was supposed to be the Dawn wasn't taking care of the Capo. Started feeling like the Gotti movie, you heard?
But what was the point where you realized I'm gonna have to do what the fuck I gotta do because this shit.
I mean, they were
definitely it was the last straw.
There's nothing in my memory like, yo, that was the last show, but it was just the sequence of the way things was going, and then it came to a point where I had to worry about who Jim Jones was moving forward. Then I was worried about anybody else because nobody else was worried about me. I got to a point where I became famous too. There was a point where all the famous people know me. Then after that, it was like, shit, I'm just as famous as all the famous people. I can't do it for you. You heard? Somebody got to do that for me right now because I'm super lit. You heard? But I put my life on the line for all of this shit, and and everybody knew that. But niggas wasn't doing the same thing in return.
What's something that stands out to you though when you realize niggas really wasn't for you?
I don't know.
You've been seen it, but
yo, Jim had more songs than Ballin', man. The summer in Miami, battles in the air, living without a. Yo, Jimmy got some shit, man. Like, yo, come on, yo, we ain't gonna do that to Jim Jones, man. Like, I know he need to grow up. He still act like he 20. I mean, yeah, but we ain't gonna do that, yo. We is not gonna do that to Jim Jones and act like he ain't got hits. The man got hits, y'all. Gangster music. Come on, yo. The man got hits.
There's a moment, bro. Like
he carried them, yo. It got to a point, yo. It was the Jim Jones show. It was the Jim Jones show, man. For real, yo. Cam carried him in the beginning, and then it was like him and Jim was on the same level. It was on the same level, man.
Somebody want to see you do good, but not as good as them. You're like, oh yeah, I know what this move is about. You heard? Everybody don't got the mind of a real leader.
So he basically saying that Cameron got jealous. Nico, you keep doing that. I don't know. I'm sure Cameron sold more records than him, because he was out way longer. Does rapper Jim Jones have any platinum selling records?
According to Wikipedia, they have begun working on an album together and have been reportedly working with Dr. Dre. In 2010, it was confirmed that Jones had started up a new record label imprint with Damon Dash entitled Splash Records.
Hey, Jim Jones got platinum. He got platinum selling records. Well, we ain't gonna be disrespecting Jimmy, man. Really? Second album, Harlem. Diary of the Summer was hard as a bitch. That was my shit. That came right before I went to prison. Summer Miami. This was hard too. Product of my environment was hard. He probably got a few platinum motherfucking songs. Platinum records for real. Look, motherfucking take him to church. On my way to church, peaked at number 18 in the U.S. Diary of a Summer at number 5. Like, oh, come on, man. We ain't gonna do that. We ain't gonna do that to Jim. 2005, from 2004 to 2009, Jim Jones had a 5-year run, yo, when he was carrying motherfucking when he was carrying them, man. Does Cameron have any platinum selling records?
Come Home With Me. According to Hot New Hip Hop, in summary, while Come Home With Me stands as Cameron's best-selling album with its platinum status and impactful singles, his other albums offer a diverse tapestry of his skills, cementing his position as a hip-hop icon among his loyal fan base.
Let's see. Albums. Why is this shit set up different? That shit we can't anyway. Jimmy was the muscle, man. Jimmy was the muscle. I fuck with Cam. But, you know, I don't know, yo. This shit crazy. Jim basically saying Cameron started hating on him.
Who reached out to who when you went out to perform?
I don't have Ballin'. I had the hottest record at the time. My record was hotter than 50's records at the time when Ballin' spanked out and shit like that. When Cam did this shit with calling the station up over the cot shit and all that shit, I felt that was childish. That wasn't, like, you don't press no real buttons and you're not about to come outside when it's time to really get active, nigga. So how dare you do some weak shit like that that really didn't hold no merit? Like, you start going crazy over Koch, over white.
Hell yeah, Jim Jones, the one that brought the fitted clothes to the world. I don't know how many people old enough to remember that. Motherfuckers wasn't wearing fitted tight clothes or clothes that fit. Jim Jones brought that to the world, man. That was Jim Jones. Motherfucker can't deny that. Jim Jones did that.
What deals you had with them serves you more advantageous.
I want no Lil Wayne.
Well, like, so when that shit went on, I was like, that was kind of weird.
That was Jim Jones.
Because at that time, there was no real beef.
It wasn't Lil Wayne.
Powerful groups of individuals that's running New York at the same time. So in my mind, I was like, it's more advantageous for us to try to figure out how else to start to move and do tours and really go crazy and figure out, because that we were sizzling, but this nigga was on Mars, nigga. These niggas wasn't doing regular shit. These niggas was doing fucking arenas every night. We doing clubs every night. We got the city and the urban communities on fire and shit like that. In my mind, I see an opportunity for us to really start. You heard? Like, we had all the power and shit like that. My mind ran different and
right,
shit
Jim,
like that. So
right, yo.
That, I'm like, damn, I fucked all
gotta
that.
give that man the credit, man.
You heard? And then it was like, now you want to start a beef with these niggas over what, though?
So you never understood why he started beef with them?
Nah, I didn't understand that. I heard the dude with the nigga said, oh, Koch was a graveyard and all that type of shit. I didn't give a fuck about none of that type of shit. You heard? Like, and then really hit me. I was on fire at that time. I don't care about what you say and shit like that. We on an independent label getting stupid dough. Like, we did shit that nobody did in the game. So in my mind, I'm like, oh, that shit is whack. I don't like how this shit is going.
So Jim Jones said Cameron did all that for himself. See, I don't know, y'all. I think these guys need to figure that shit out. They need to figure that shit out, man. Because at the end of the day, they were stronger. They were stronger together. Like, I don't know who right and who wrong in that situation, because it's probably so much that happened that we don't know about. That's how I was trying to get to some type of understanding of who was right and who was wrong. Yo, the history too long. History too long, man. Hella shit didn't happen. They done got cool, they done fell out again. Got cool and fell out again. But what I can say, if Cameron is mad or felt some type of way that Jim Jones linked up with 50, he need to understand why Jim Jones feels some type of way that he linked up with motherfucking Mase. And if Cam can forgive 50, he should be able to forgive Jimmy. I mean, but like I said, I don't know. Like, I don't know how deep that shit run. I don't know how deep that shit run. Now they saying Cameron probably on a Monday show. You know they gonna address it. That's one thing you do know. Nico, stop playing me with all this noise, y'all. That ain't Cameron on duck no smoke. You know he gonna address it. And you know it's gonna be some funny ass shit. I just hope that shit don't get out of control. You said we ain't got on skates. Yeah, yo, Jim Jones definitely brought that swag, yo. I remember, cause I had a homeboy that was on that shit early as a motherfucker too, copying off of Jim Jones. They was on that shit before most people. And he was copying Jim Jones swag. That's why I know for a fact it was Jim Jones. Niggas was not on that. Niggas was still wearing baggy motherfucking big ass t-shirts and big ass Jabot jeans, and Jim Jones came out. What was that? That certified gangster shit? Yo, but I don't see how you saying it was Lil Wayne. We gonna have to look at it. We gonna have to look it up tomorrow. I don't see how you saying it was Lil Wayne, y'all. Lil Wayne was wearing big ass pants and shit and big ass t-shirts. Like, I don't see how you saying it was Wayne. What year was this, Edward? What year was this? If you saying it was Wayne, what year was it? Cause Jim Jones, the Hot Boys. Come on, Edward. Yeah, come on, Edward. What the Hot Boys, bro? Ain't no way it was the Hot Boys, yo. The Hot Boys was over in like fucking 2000 and what? 2001? I don't know. It wasn't no Hot Boys, no 08, Edward. Wasn't no Hot Boys in no 08? Cause BG, yo, I went to prison in 05, bro. BG was already fucking with Soulja Slim. BG was fucking with Soulja Slim in like 2003, 2004. Yo, Jim Jones is on that shit in like 04. Jim Jones started that clothing shit in like 04, yo. 04, 03, maybe 02. Like, that shit was a minute ago, yo. Might have been like 04. No, it was after my high school. Yeah, 04. Had to been 04. I graduated high school in 03. Jim Jones started that shit in 04. Because that was around the same time my man at the time was wearing that shit. I was saying Wayne was wearing Jabot. Oh, no. Yeah, Wayne was wearing, we ain't talking about the Jabot. We talking about the fitted clothing. Like, yo, Jim Jones started that, yo. Like, I don't think that's even debatable. Like, that is all Jim Jones, man. He brought that shit to the world. Man, we used to look at motherfucker wearing tight clothes. Like, what the fuck? Your clothes tight as shit. He even got clowned for it when he first started it. He got clowned for it. But eventually, yo, swag that shit up. You know them New York niggas. Real, no. Real, you from New York, right? Real from New York. You know them New York niggas always up on style and shit. Think they the slickest niggas out. You know how that shit go. Niggas the slickest, you know them New York niggas think they slick. Girl, bye. Get out of here. You know you still gotta go pick up your dress. Oh yeah. But shit, y'all, I gotta take my ass to bed. Y'all appreciate everybody that tapped in. I think we probably, I don't know, yo. We'll tap back into this once Cameron reply. Cause I know he gonna reply, and I know that shit gonna be epic. That's what they about Cam. Inmates, for real. They gonna make a show out of it. They gonna make a show out of it, straight up. But make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you can, donate to the platform, man. My man Edward posted at the bottom, Baltimore swag, support the movement. So never there, keep it G dudes, and I'm out.